Yeah, you already know who it is. Your boy Mysonne. Got Thozz TV. Salute me and shoot me. Let's do it. Shout out to Kendrick, your boy is dope. But as far as King of New York, I just thought it even makes sense to say so. That's why I pretty much responded in my uncontrollable words, you know. I mean, you know what it is? We in a state of hip hop where there's no more governing, where there's no more, you know, where you can just do whatever you want, you can say whatever you want. Like, when I came into the game years ago, I was young, but you had to be held accountable. Like, you had to have a certain level of status. You had to be able to, like, when you came to New York, you had to get co-signed by certain niggas to move around. When you went to certain places, you had to get co-signed. You had to get passes. You had to be rolling with a nigga that was somebody to be able to even move around. But we had such a non-confrontational state in hip-hop to where, you know, Kendrick is a dope rapper, but he ain't a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, he felt comfortable to say street shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we in a non-confrontational era, so you're not gonna be held accountable. If you say before, in the 90s, you tell a nigga you gonna punch him in his face, you had to punch him in his face. Or you had to punch a nigga like him in the face. You was gonna run into him like you had to do these things. Now, you could just say rap, and it ain't taking nothing from him, as I say, but it's just a comfort stage. It's just words, like, you had to be the person you rapped about. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I can't get mad at him because he can do it. They treat him, niggas treat him like, if niggas say you the king of New York, and you come to New York and nobody says nothing, then, you know, but I just think I think it opened the eyes of a lot of artists and a lot of people to say, damn, you know, he felt like he could say that. Like, how did you make yourself feel comfortable? I remember it was a interview that 50 had said something, and he was just like, yo, you have to look at your presentation when somebody feels like they can approach you in a certain manner. You know what I'm saying? I don't make myself approachable to a person who's not into what I'm into. Like, I'm in the streets. So if you're not in the streets, you don't feel like you can approach me and say whatever you want out the way to me, because I'm never gonna make you comfortable in that belief. You know what I'm saying? But hip-hop in New York has made it comfortable. When you come here, everybody's happy, niggas in the club, blah, blah, this, happy-go-lucky. You can't do shit like that in Chicago. You can't go to Detroit and do that. You can't go to, like, you know what I'm saying? So we become happy-go-lucky New York. So niggas is treating it like that. Shout out to DJ Self. He blasted off the I Blame You Niggas track that I sent them, and it was basically just talking about, basically like what I just said, you know, like, everybody's trying to figure out what happened to New York hip hop and why New York ain't hot. This, like, you gotta look at yourself. You gotta look at yourself as an artist. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at yourself as an artist when you conforming your style to sound like what they deem is hot from different states and different, you know, different places. And when you come back and you bring in that same, you dressing like them, you talking like them, you come with they slang, they don't have to respect you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta blame yourself as a DJ when all you play is out-of-state music. When you don't play no music from your own hometown. When you listen to your own radio and you a DJ on your radio and you from different boroughs in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, when y'all all from this, but you don't have no artists that you play from, or you play the same two Jay-Z and Hov records. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta blame yourself as that. You gotta blame yourself as execs, New York execs, when you don't sign no New York artists, when you don't push no New York artists, when you won't play a New York record unless they got a down south nigga or some nigga from the Midwest on their record. Like, you gotta blame yourself. So that's what the whole record was about. And, you know, Self been giving a lot of love, you've been blasting off, you know, so everything goes in the 360, and I think we starting to realize what we did to our own culture. Like, our sound of our town. We don't even know what the sound of New York is. We don't even know our sound. Like you hear Kendrick and like, yeah, he sound like some that goes on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? You hear Future, you hear 2 Chainz, you hear Jeezy, all these niggas sound like Atlanta. Like we don't even know what New York sound is no more. So we just stay there, oh, just make music. Nah, it's not that simple. You don't just make music. Like you gotta, the sound that you pushing has to reflect the culture of the city that you're talking about. You understand what I'm saying? That's what makes people gravitate. That's what makes people go out and say, yeah, I want to hear this, because they understand that this represents my city. This is what goes on in my city. This is how we dress. We don't wear this and we don't wear that, but we dress this way. We was the niggas wearing constructions when nobody else was wearing construction. They was like, oh, what y'all niggas doing construction? We was doing that. We was wearing army fatigue. We started all that shit. And now it look like we following. You know, so we got to get back to that.